my first video. I hope you all like it. What I'm going to be covering today is how to automate Google Spreadsheets. And in this, the use case here is going to be if you have a bunch of Instagram videos, you're going to transcribe them and you're going to put them in another column. My name is Joseph Sestito. I'm the Director of Artificial Intelligence at Hippo Advertising. I'm the AI nerd who builds all the automated systems. I work with small businesses. I'm also super awkward, so let's see how this recording goes. Anyway, what we're going to need today is we're going to need some Instagram Reels. I have a Google Sheet right here that we're already going to use. We'll take out summary just because we're going to summarize the transcripts. So the only thing that is going to be visible right now is the links. And we're going to get the source from that, the summary, and the transcripts. We're going to need n8n for the backend automation. And we're also going to use Appify to download and scrape the reels. So without further ado, let's get into it. This is n8n. For those of you who don't know, it's an automation software. It lets you automate all sorts of tasks like this. So the first thing we're going to do, actually we'll leave that. We'll just leave it as manual just for testing purposes for now. I already have the Appify set up because for some reason my video would crash when I would use Appify. I'm going to record that at the end on how to actually configure the API. I'm also going to leave the JSON here for this node in the description so you all can copy paste it minus my API key. Don't want y'all stealing that. So the first thing we're going to need to set up here is we're going to connect our Google Sheets. So right now we'll just we'll just start on this psychology sheet here. And again, I have these reels. We're going to start with a Google Sheet node. Oh, my webcam's in the way. So again, we're going to start with this Google Sheet node. We'll just decrease my webcam size there. And what you want to do get rows and sheets. If you have to connect your Google Sheet account. It's not that hard. There's a way to do it. I'll show you all at the end of this video, and also how to get the API keys for everything. So we're going to we'll start with sheet within document, get rows. What that's going to do is it's going to get all the rows here. And document, you just choose whatever sheet you want. In this case, video sheet. That's what we named it. Then the sheet here is psychology. You get that from there. And then you're going to go to filter. The filter is how you actually filter by column. So in this case, what we want is the link. Actually, what we want to do is we want to add, this is another column we're going to add. We're just going to call it transcribed because when we filter the data, we are detecting values in this column. So is there a way to filter by blank? Psychology. Actually, we don't need a filter here, at least not yet. What we're going to do, we're actually going to do this, transcribe. Actually, we'll come back to that. What's going to happen here is we're going to we're just going to test this. Yep, and you see it returned all the rows here. There's nothing in the source, nothing in the summary. It just has the row number and the link, which is exactly what we want. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add some simple filtering logic. So we're going to go to if let's say that we're going to grab link here, put that in the sheet. And what this is it's going to evaluate whatever we input there. And we're going to throw it here and we're going to evaluate it. What we want to do in this use case is we want to see if it contains Instagram. If it does, we're going to move it onto our transcriber, which is our Apify actor. If it doesn't, then what we're going to do is we're just going to send it to a do nothing node for now. Later, again, I'm probably going to upload another video on how to do, say, Facebook Reels. So we're going to go contains value to Instagram.com. That should be fine. We'll just do Instagram.com. Okay, nice. There's a lot of Facebook videos in here. Perfect. So we'll just get this out of the way. If you want to, you could do this a few ways. You could leave it on the false path, or what you can do is you could go do nothing. And what this is a beautiful node that when you execute it, drumroll please, it does nothing. Now for our two true items, what we want to do here is we're going to plug this into the download Instagram reel. So we feed it into here. Now I already tested this before. I'll copy this for you and I'll put it in the description. But the only thing you would change if you use this yourself is use your own API key. And I'm going to show you how to get that in the last part of the video. You're also going to need to switch out the Apify actor. Actually, no, that's fine because you're using the scraper that I'm telling you. And what you want to do is this is a test value, but I'm just going to delete this. And what you want to do is you want to feed it dynamically this link here. What that means, that's just a fancy way of saying instead of it being fixed, you just copy, you paste it. Actually, wait, I want to add a loop over items. Actually, before we do that, we're going to add a loop over items node. What that means is it's going to handle everything individually. So we have two items that are being fed here. What this means is it's going to feed each one of these individually into this. And the batch size is 1, perfect. So when you hit test up, you should get one of those videos. In this case, it's row number 2. Now you hook up the wire here that says loop, and this is going to feed that first one into the Instagram downloader. So again, what happens? We're just dynamically populating that. Take the link, you put it in here. And what's going to happen is I'm going to run this Apify actor. And eventually, it's going to download that reel for us. It's going to get us a download link. It's also going to get us an audio link to it. And we want both of these. We want both of these because what we're going to do is we're going to transcribe the audio. And I'm also going to add in, as a little bonus, how to convert the download link and put it into a Google Drive folder. So once this node returns, it usually takes about 30 seconds. I'm going to, there we are. I was going to do some editing magic, but we have all of our data. Now, with these kind of things, you want to see what's useful. So right here, this audio URL is definitely going to be useful. So like I was saying, this audio URL here is definitely going to be useful. What this is, we're just going to transcribe this and put it into the database. So what we want to do here is we're going to grab that. OpenAI, you want an OpenAI node. You want to go to transcribe a recording. Audio, transcribe a recording. Now there should be a way to we just need to input this audio URL. Same thing, we're going to dynamically populate it. Make sure this is set to expression. You just drag this, you put it in there. And we're just going to hit test step. And what's going to happen is, by the way, if it's waiting to execute, this is a good sign. What's going to happen is it's going to grab the file and put out a transcription. So I'm going to do some editing magic, and we'll see you when it's done. Okay, everybody. It looks like it returned an error, and I'm actually going to leave this in because I want to show you what happens if you get this. Anybody who works with these type of automation softwares, is just part of the game. So what I like to do is, because I'm very original, and I totally think for myself, we're going to copy and paste all of this. The error log here says it's supposed to contain a binary file, and we're going to put it into ChatGPT and see what it says. This is a pretty easy fix. All we need to do is just add a HTTP request node. We'll call this get audio. And it's very simple. All you're going to do here is you're going to drag audio URL in here. You're going to hit test step. And this is a lesson. You pin your data, because if you don't, it's going to run it again. But what's going to happen here is it's going to download it as a binary file. So I'm going to cut until that happens. And we're back. By the way, everybody, when you're doing n8n stuff, make sure you pin your output. I just would start with there, especially something with like a scraper. Just makes it so you don't have to rerun it every time. It's going to save you a lot of time. And also scrapers cost money, so it's going to save you some money. So what happens now is we did this HTTP request, and should have spit out a binary file. And it looks like we got this in data form. We want it in file form. So if we do that, we just want to go down here to options, add option, response format. You go to file here, not JSON or text. We could call it data, that's fine. And you're going to run it. And now it looks like we should have some nice binary data. Now when we go here, change this back to fixed, and it's going to transcribe it. Never mind, it looks like it worked. We got the transcript. We're just going to pin these so I could show you all again. Now what we're going to do, we're going to go to, now that we have the transcript, we're going to go to Google Sheets, add another Google Sheets node again. It's right here. We want to go to append or update row, I believe. Document. We're going to go to video sheet. Actually, yeah, we're going to go to sheet within document. Wait, hold on. Operation, document, sheet within document. We're going to go to video sheet. Again, our psychology here. Mapping each column manually. Now, what this is, actually, before we do that, we're going to add an OpenAI node. Message to model. We're going to go to system here because we want to summarize it as well. We're just going to do some very simple prompting here because this is not a complicated job. You are a professional video transcriber, summarizing agent. I will give you a transcript. Please give me the main idea in a short sentence. And apologies for my atrocious spelling. I never placed in the main idea. I never placed in the spelling bee as a kid. Y'all can see why. We're going to feed it the system. And now what we're going to do is we're going to feed it that transcript. Perfect. We're going to run that. Oh, cannot be executed. Let's see what the issue is. No, we choose the model. You're going to go to 4.0 Mini. That's the most efficient model right now. It's also the cheapest. It's the most cost-effective, not the cheapest. It's a good overall model. Now we're going to run it. Perfect. We have the content. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go to our Google Sheets node. We're going to call this update sheet. We're going to, for source, I want to just have it be whoever the creator is. So we'll do download Instagram reel. There should be something like creator, something like that. User, perfect. Wait. User posted. I'm just going to make sure that's correct. Yep. Yep, I just checked it. That's a correct user. And then we're going to go to link. We're going to go to we want to do our summary, so we'll grab that from the OpenAI node. Perfect. For the link, I'm not going to touch that because I already have them in there, and also I'm going to show you later in a later video how to automatically do this type of thing through a simple form. So leave link alone for now. We're going to go to transcript, grab that from our first OpenAI node. Put that in transcripts. Make sure it's expression. And lastly, transcribed. We'll just call this true. This is a flag that we're kind of future-proofing it. We don't want it to run for every single time if it's transcribed. Actually, yes. What this means is if we have another automation which auto-transcribes, if it sees that, then we'll just put in some logic saying, hey, leave it alone. And we want to match on link. So what this means is we have a few columns in there. What we want to do is we want to match it to the link. So if I go down here, go to URL. Now we're going to hit test step. And what's going to happen here is when this is done, we're going to see it in Google Sheets. Let's see if it updated. Perfect. As you can see, we got the video here. I'm just going to bold the headings. Rewire with Jake. Summarized. We have our link, which we didn't really touch. Summarized. Transcription of the video, and it updated that we have transcribed the video. It's exactly what we wanted. Now what we're going to do is we're going to actually I don't think we can. Ooh, that's a good idea. I'm actually going to upload it to, hold on. What I'm going to do here is we're also going to upload the videos we download to a Google Drive. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're also going to take the files we downloaded and upload them to a Google Drive. So video sheet database here, we'll create a new folder, psychology. Perfect. And we're just going to upload the files in here. So, intruder alert. We're back. So like I was saying, we also want to upload the file to a drive. Now with n8n, you can't upload that type of file just after here. What we're actually going to have to do is we're going to insert that after our get video node. Let's just unpin this. And this will actually give a good chance So here we'll just we're just going to wipe these markers. And what we're going to do now, we already have the video. We're going to pull up a Google Drive node. We're going to go to upload a file. We're going to grab that URL again. Video URL. Oh, wait a minute. This is binary file. Wait. We're just going to run this again. Unpin and test. We'll get our lovely binary data. I forgot we can't pin binary data either. No worries. Now we're going to upload this. File name, we'll call this we'll call this the description, just for lack of a better. Wait, hold on. There's usually something good here. It's paid partnership. Thumbnail. We'll call it timestamp, so that's when it was updated, like when the video was uploaded. And then we're going to call it, there should be a user field here. Sometimes you just have to scroll through these things. Yep, user posted. Perfect. My logical brain likes these things. So what that looks like for this video, Rewire with Jake, and here's the timestamp. Now we're going to select our destination, parent folder. We should search for the folder. I believe I called it video database. Oh, wait, I think I called it psychology. Yep, psychology. Perfect. We're going to hit test step here. Then that's going to be uploaded. Now what we're going to do. We're actually, oh, hold on. I forgot we can't do that. So we see the timestamp here, but we also need to, just because of the way n8n works, you can't take a binary file and if this was here, go here. So we're just going to split off the path. So again, we have the video, Google Drive. We'll just do the upload again. Perfect. Now we should see it. Yep, it's right in there. Now, same thing, we're going to transcribe it and see that data is right there. Perfect. You got the text. You got the OpenAI. And then it's going to transcribe it, summarize it, and then put it in our sheet. As you can see, it's right here. Rewire with Jake, summary, blah, 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 transcripts, and our little marker. So now that we have that done, what we're going to do here is we are going to just make sure it works for all of the items. I'm going to do a loop back around. We're just going to wipe this. So we're going to do loop over items here. And what's going to happen now is when we run this, what should happen is it's going to detect all the videos in the sheet, see if they're an Instagram or Facebook video. Instagram, go here, download the video, convert it into a binary file, which is what we want, put the video in our Google Drive, transcribe the video, summarize it, and then put that data into the sheet, and then it's going to do it again for the second video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run it, and I'll see on the other side if it did the job. I'm going to do some editing magic. All right, everybody, the automation just finished, and as we can see here, it took the 2 Instagram videos, put the username, the summary, the transcript, and our automation ran marker. So that means it works. And you could adapt this to any kind of use cases. If you want to just transform data. What I'm just going to do now is I'm going to show you how to get the API keys for some of this stuff. That'll be the last section of this video. Then we'll head out. Now, a lot of people freak out when they hear the word API or API key. And it's nothing to be afraid of, really. It's a very simple process once you get the hang of it. So to start with Appify, what we're going to do here for Appify is you want to go to API, Manage Tokens, create a new token. Let us call this Hippo Advertising, YouTube, smiley face. You could set an expiration. I never really mess with these. You hit create, and it'll appear right here. You copy that, and then you go into your node, and where my API key is, you would replace that with the one you get. And same thing for OpenAI, ChatGPT. All you need to do for this is just Google OpenAI, create an API key. It'll take you right here. Same thing, create a new secret key. We'll just call this YouTube. Give it all the permissions, and then you'll create it. There's your API key. And you want to keep these a secret. Don't let anybody see them, or they can use applications on your behalf, and that's going to cost you money. So I'm just going to delete this one here. And yeah, that's how you create an API key. You just you'll plug that one right into these OpenAI nodes. Now, just as a brief note here, best practices if you're selling AI agents to businesses like I do, you want to make it so that they can understand what these things do. So we're going to call this transcribe video. We're going to call this one generate summary. Okay, everybody. If you made it this far, again, that means a lot to me, so thank you. This was my first YouTube video. Not the most articulate guy. I am an AI nerd. Forgot my glasses. But yeah, thanks for making it this far. If you're interested in working with us at Hippo Advertising, I can create any system you need for your business. I'm also a scholar with the Be Good House, which is a live-in incubator for overlooked entrepreneurs. Again, I'm actually on the autistic spectrum if you didn't know that. But yeah, thank you for making it this far, and I look forward to seeing y'all in the next video. Take care.